I had to do a lot of soul searching with this. Zachary Sobiak was a great artist and just a blessed musician. Being someone who was close to death, I'll show you the picture. This is my story right here. Oh, you know, another name for miracle. They should have put another name for miracle or monster. But Zachary Sobiak really endured and embraced. He's got cancer, but he's not going to let it back him down. He just kept doing what he loved, which was going on a soul-searching ride and writing a song that hit #1. Being that boy that was close to death 5 times in the hospital, you could really kind of embrace those people like Zach Sobiak. I went through a lot of medical trials, and so did Zach. Zach was a fighter, and he really just loved being silly and loved being a lovable guy. Watching this movie really made me think and wonder, is my writing gonna matter? Is any of my writing stuff gonna matter? Because what I do now with my writing, is it gonna go anywhere? Or is it just gonna let me keep helping me cope with my anxiety, my depression, express all the crap that I'm pouring on these stories, on these characters? It really made me think and wonder, is my writing ever going to get published? Is it ever going to matter what I do in my life, in my world? We don't know what the future holds or brings. But Zachary Sobiak loved being a lovable guy and loved enduring that anxiety and depression of going through cancer, and just loved being funny and embracing it. And seeing how it really shows just how far a person will go to make what he's going through a creative process to making a song that helps people. I went through a lot of anxiety and a lot of depression through my being that boy that was sick 64 days a year, a school year. And Zachary kept being a lovable, kind soul. He really loved creating and being creative, and he wrote this song, Clouds, going through his cancer. And he was a fighter dying to just write a song that made people happy, that made other people be happy and embrace their medical challenges. I love it. I wrote a monster superhero story because growing up, having my parents tell me that I went through a lot of these medical surgeries, 23 surgeries, 24, it was a lot to process. And I didn't know what surgeries meant. So creatively, I imagined me going through a monster lab, people picking body parts out of graves, putting them into my body. I didn't know what surgeon meant, so hey, I don't know anything. But we don't know what life brings. We don't know if what we're doing is going to matter. But as long as you keep and that's what the message of the story is. As long as you keep expressing out there and creatively and positively, not negatively. I mean, just expressing how that feels can help people, what they're going through. I went through a lot of medical trials growing up as a kid. I was sick. I was the boy that was sick a lot. A lot. And I grew up with friends that picked on me, bullied me, but I never let them get me. I let them get me, but I soon learned to just let it stop. I went through a lot of medical crap. And what Zachary Sobiak went through, I it sort of took me back to when I was in the hospital as a baby. I remember some flashes of me in the hospital. Watching Dumbo 35 times. The movie Dumbo. Disney's Dumbo. Gosh, I so love that movie. Elephants really helped me see the light of beauty of nature. Like Zach's thoughts of clouds. We really need to be positive and not be negative. And I hope all of you out there are just loving life and embracing it and loving it. I don't know what it's like to go through cancer, but I do know what it's like to have a struggle where you're having so much medical crap. It weighs down on you through these tough times of socializing, and you just have to think creatively, writing a song, writing a story. I write stories to help cope with my anxiety and depression of going through medical crap as a child, putting all that in my stories. It's, I'm not another name for a miracle, I'm another name for a monster.